Welcome to our August exhibit here at the Clayton Center. I have with me Jeff Horton, who is a photographer, and later we're going to hear from Lauree Colpetzer, who works in mixed media. Jeff, would you start off by telling us where you're from and how you got into photography?
Well, I'm from Mount Airy, North Carolina. I got into photography in the mid-'80s when I was in graduate school and college, and I had some friends that took pictures. So I bought my first camera then, and then started taking pictures, and over the years have tried to get better as time has gone on.
So it's been a side business for you?
Well, I don't know if you really call it a business. In the 90s, I did portraits and weddings just to help make ends meet. And then in terms of landscape and what I've got here, I do it mostly for pleasure.
Well, looking at your work, it looks like you embrace the digital age with your HDR photography.
Yeah, some of the work I have here is film.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and it's on the cards. But anyway, yeah, most of it is digital. I love film, but and it took me a while to move to digital, but when the quality got to where I thought it was sufficient enough for big prints, I went digital.
So are the black and whites the film pieces?
Some of the black and whites are film, some of the black and whites are digital. It's hard to tell the difference, but yeah, it's a combination.
Now, I think you won Art Fair last year. Did you win the Art Fair
that
award?
Was in, I think it was in 2013 or maybe.
So that far back?
Yeah. There was I won one year, and then the other year before that I got the Judge's Choice Award or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah.
So do you enter a lot of shows?
I've entered a few since then. I mostly work full time, and I also have a lot of other activities I enjoy doing, like tennis, and so I enter them when I can. So
it looks like you do a fair amount of travel for your photography.
Yeah, I've traveled in the United States, and then also traveled some in South America, and hope to travel more in the future.
That's great. So if people want to see more of your artwork, how could they? Do you have a website or?
Yeah, it's jeffhortonimages.com, and It has not all of my work, but some of my work on there, and they can contact me if they're interested in purchasing anything.
Okay. Do you have a favorite piece here that you'd like to tell us about?
Wow, that's a tough one. Probably the pictures from the Rocky Mountains are some of my favorite ones. I've got 2 or 3 from the Rockies here, and it's just a great place to go photograph. And of course Yosemite Valley. I've got a couple of pieces here. I took a Yosemite National Park, and that's just a wonderful place. So when I look at those, they remind me of Yosemite, and yeah, it's great.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you operate. Do you set up and then just wait and wait and wait for the perfect light conditions?
Sometimes I do, yeah. Sometimes you just get lucky, I admit it, and you just hit the light and it just happens to be there. But typically I plan to shoot early in the morning or late in the day, because it's typically when the lighting is best. I try to avoid midday sun when I can. And I usually scope out the places I'm going to shoot beforehand if I can, unless it's some place I'm going to go for a long hike to get to a destination to go photograph. But even then, I'll try to look at some pictures other folks have taken before. And then sometimes you just happen upon great photos. There's some on my website of when I was in the Rocky Mountains, and one Sunday morning I was traveling on the road is a peak-to-peak highway, they call it. And there was these beautiful rainbows just out of nowhere, and some of those are on my website. They just happened to be there. I was at the right place at the right time. So I do a little bit of both. I usually scope out the place I want to shoot beforehand, determine which lighting's the best, and then go there and try to capture that. And then sometimes you just get lucky.
Right, that was my next question. If you have your equipment with you at all times, so you could just pull over and capture that moment.
Yeah, I try to have equipment with me, yeah. And actually it's interesting, I don't have it here, but I have it on my website. The digital cameras these days, the smartphones actually, have some pretty good cameras. And there was a picture I took just last summer at a river in Virginia, and it was at sunset, and it was a great photo. And the quality of that actually is good enough that I can blow it up to not huge, but a decent size, 11 by 14, more or less, and you can get good quality results. So it's even if you don't have the professional gear with you, some of the smartphones these days have cameras with good enough quality, you can take some good photos.
Well, we thank you for having a show with us this month, and we look forward to seeing your piece in the art fair next month.
Thank you, and thanks so much for having me.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Now I'm here with Lauree Colpetzer, and Lauree works in mixed media.
Yes.
And Lauree, you're from Clayton. Are you originally from Clayton?
No, I'm from Delaware,
Okay.
and I moved here about 10 years ago. Yeah.
And have you always been into artwork?
Yes, I have always been into artwork, and I love dogs, so I mixed it together, and that's how I ended up with my dog theme.
Your work is so unique. What is this based on and inspired by?
It's actually inspired by Aboriginal art with the dots, also mosaics. So they're my biggest inspiration. I love tiles, so a lot of my art looks like a mosaic but done in paint.
It's just incredible.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your process? Do you just start out with the outline of the dog and just kind of build from there? How do you work?
Yeah, I go through books or on the internet, and I find a dog that speaks to me that day, and I start drawing it out, and it comes to me. I don't normally have a plan ahead of time. I just take it as it comes, and it ends up with the colors that come to me, and it usually, almost always, turns out pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it in the end.
That's spectacular. Well, will you tell us a little bit? I've heard a lot of questions already about what materials you use, what tools you use in your process.
It's Bristol board, not canvas, and I start out with pencil and then magic marker, and then I use acrylic paints to put on the final decorations. And that's about it. That's all I use right now.
You love color, obviously.
Oh, yes, I do. I absolutely love color. I don't know if I could ever do black and white. I don't think so.
So do you do commission work for people that want a certain breed of dog?
Yes, I do. I have done portraits for people who have pets that they love, and they want a picture of them, and so they give me a couple photos usually to choose from so that I can see all angles of the dog. It's easier that way, but I have also done it from one photo. And I usually ask them what colors they would prefer, because sometimes they want it to match a room or whatever. But I love doing it for clients because it's just extra special, because it's a dog that they love, part of their family.
And it's not like any other
No.
portrait they will have. So you said you're a dog lover. Do you have a lot of dogs?
I did have 3. One passed away just recently. I have 2 right now. One is a black lab, and the other is a mastador, which is a half English mastiff, half lab, and he's really young and vibrant and big.
So you have children at home? Are they?
Yes.
Are they into art too?
Oh, they are. I come from a family of, we were all encouraged to draw and paint growing up, and so I did the same with my kids. I have 2. I have a son and a daughter, and they both really enjoy art in different aspects. My son is more of a mechanical drawer, and my daughter likes what I do, so she's following in my footsteps.
That's great. That's great. So do you have a website, or how do people get in touch with you?
I haven't got my website up yet, but I have a card. Well, that's not going to help you. You can reach me by my phone number or my email address at the present time, but I'm working very hard on getting a website together.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook.
Facebook is easy too. Okay, so people can find you there.
Yes.
We really look forward to having your work here and seeing the reaction. It's already, just in a few days, gotten a lot of positive reaction.
Oh, fabulous. I'm glad to hear it.
And yeah, thanks so much for displaying your work here.
Thank you.
Coming up in October is another Clayton Piano Festival. So please go to claytonpianofestival.org to check out the dates and the performers. Next month at the Clayton Center on September the 8th, we will be having our annual art fair. This is a huge event. We will have several different artists We're giving away $2,100 in prizes. It's not too late for you to enter. The deadline is August 26th. However, we only have space for 50 entries, so please don't wait. All fine art media and photography are welcome to enter. Just go to our website, ClaytonVisualArtsNC.org, and you will see Art Fair right at the top. Get all your details, and you can register online. Hope to see you there.